In Court on TKLA Television is brought to you in part by Campbell Bonding Company. Even the best of us make mistakes, so when trouble finds you, trust Campbell Bonding Company to help you through what can be a confusing and sometimes frightening experience. Jim, Robert, and Cole Campbell work as a family to offer your family understanding and compassion during a very difficult time. Campbell Bonding Company can help get your family back together quickly and confidentially. And in every step of the process, they're there for you. In times of trouble, let their family help your family. Campbell Bonding Company, 870-741-1138.
Good morning, Newton County.
Good morning.
We've got Amanda Baskin. I could see her for an 8.1. Miss Baskin, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right. What you're coming before the court this morning on is called an 8.1 hearing. An 8.1 hearing refers to Rule 8.1 of the Arkansas Rules of Criminal Procedure. That rule requires that a person who's in custody, being held in custody and hasn't made bond, is entitled to be brought before a judge as promptly as possible, to be informed of why they're being held, what their bond is, and advised of certain constitutional rights. What the court is doing at this point is I'm advising you that you're in custody. Apparently you had a time pay arrangement with the Newton County District Court, Judge Kirkpatrick, and you haven't paid as was required by that. At least that's what's alleged. And on the basis of that, a warrant was issued by the district judge, and your bond on those charges is $830 is the amount of the bond. So that's what you're being held on, and that's the amount of the bond. The court would advise you, in addition to that, that you have certain constitutional rights, particularly important while you're in custody. The first of those is that you have the right to remain silent. So if what that allows you as a matter of right is to refuse to answer questions about any criminal activity if a law enforcement officer comes around and wants to ask you questions about any crime you may have done, you have the right to decline to answer any questions. That doesn't mean you can't answer if you want to, but it means that you have the right to refuse to answer. The second right that I would advise you of is your right to an attorney. That, of course, is your very important constitutional right that exists under any circumstances. So at this point, you exercise your right to an attorney by hiring the attorney of your choice, and generally that means going out and hiring a private attorney. If you do that, the court doesn't even get involved in that. It's just a private contract of employment between you and the attorney. However, if you discover in the process of trying to hire an attorney that you cannot afford to hire an attorney, then you're still entitled to be represented by an attorney. And in that circumstance, you acquire an attorney appointed for you by applying to the Public Defender's Office. The application forms for public defender for representation should be there at the jail, and you can get one and fill one out, and that will get back to the public defender, and then from there it will get into the hands of a judge who will sign it. And so I'm just, you can follow up on that if you need to. So those are your two rights: the right to an attorney and the right to remain silent. Do you have any questions?
Yes.
All right. You may be excused. First case the court is going to call this morning is case Boone County criminal case CR 2016-223, State of Arkansas versus Perry Gatlin. Mr. Gatlin, this is on a reappearance. This is what you're down for a review hearing on your case. The case is set for jury trial July 24th with a plea deadline of next week, July 14th. Today's date is just, are there any issues to come up or to be any hearings to be held?
Not at this point, Your Honor. Discovery is pretty thorough. It looks complete in the file. I've had limited contact with Mr. Gatlin. I will try to get with him in the coming weeks and let the court know how this is progressing, Your Honor, but discovery looks like it's complete.
He's in the Department of Corrections, so you may need to speed that up.
Understand.
All right. So, Mr. Gatlin, that's the status of your case right now, and Mr. Friend will be in touch with you in terms of, has there been a plea offer made?
Judge, I'm looking for my plea offer sheet. Did we give you one on Perry?
I was looking for that. I was looking
Perry
for the email.
Gatlin?
If there is, it's in your file.
I'm looking at it right now. I don't see one on him. I was just looking for your emails. Chris is what I was looking for.
Typically, if I receive it, I know it. Here.
Okay.
We'll get to work on that.
I'll do.
I understand. Thank you, Your Honor. I'll get with him and we'll get a plea offer on the table and I'll go discuss that with Mr. Gatlin. And if
Well, his next appearance is a week from today.
I'll try to get with him
And,
early next week and let the court know how this case is progressing, Your Honor.
All right.
Thank you.
All right.
Sir,
Pardon me?
if I may, I've been incarcerated for 13 months on this charge. If there's any way possible, I've got to speak to Mr. Friend approximately for maybe 10 minutes at one time. At that point, I've never spoken to another lawyer. I'd like to be able to maybe have a conversation with him today, if it's possible.
That's fine, Your Honor. If you'd like to bring him over, I can visit with him. I can cut my lunch short if I need to.
This has been going on for 13 months now. I think it's great to discuss.
All right. Responding to your request, we'll have you transported over.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
People around the country are noticing North Arkansas College as one of the best deals around. North Ark was just named one of the most affordable community colleges in the nation, costing about 1/3 of what you would pay at a university. This fall, North Ark is offering paid internships to help students earn while they learn. Explore the full list of fall classes at northark.edu and enroll today.
Enroll now. Classes start August 14th. For quality, value, and convenience, think North Ark first. We're your college.
The Townhouse Cafe in downtown Harrison is offering a great reason to wake up on Saturday mornings. Their incredible brunch. Starting at 7 a.m., you can enjoy all of your traditional breakfast favorites or some of these decadent dishes. Eggs Benedict, featuring an English muffin topped with ham, 2 eggs, made any way you like, and topped with fresh-made hollandaise sauce. Plus, you'll also get your choice of hash browns or home fries. Perhaps something even more delectable. Townhouse Cafe's fabulous U.S. farm-raised butterfly trout grilled with a drizzle of hollandaise sauce, 2 eggs any way you like, hash browns or home fries, and either a biscuit or toast on the side. Absolutely delicious. Saturday brunch at the Townhouse Cafe in downtown Harrison.
Summer is here, and Sisters Flower and Gift Shop has recently received a large selection of new and unique items, from colorful tableware, centerpieces, wall decor, home accent, razorback products, and a baby department with clothes and accessories. Sisters has the perfect gift for any occasion. For the future bride and groom, Sisters offers a complete bridal registry. Birthday, wedding, anniversary, or just because. Sisters has something for everyone. Sisters Flower and Gift Shop. We are so much more than flowers.
All right, 2017-172, State of Arkansas versus Cody Lee Chapman. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Public defenders appointed to represent Mr. Chapman, which takes care of the attorney status that was the reason for this particular appearance. His next appearance set by scheduling order is for October 20th of 2017. That's to check on the status of the case. We got a pretrial hearing set for January 19th of 2018. And then we have a final plea deadline of February 9th, 2018, and trial is scheduled for February 12th, the week of February 12th, 2018. Those are the dates assigned to his case.
Judge, with regard to those dates, the alleged victims in this case are ages 3 and 6. I would merely ask that perhaps we might consider trying him the week of January 2nd.
Well, what was the date of the offense?
May 15th of between May 15th of 2016 and May 15th of 2017 is what we alleged in the information.
Say that again? Between
May 15th of 2016 and May 15th of 2017.
Is there any crime lab work at stake here?
Judge, I don't believe so, based upon the information as I read it.
Is that our week in Boone County in January?
Yes, starting Tuesday, January the 2nd.
Makes sense to me. Let's. I'm going to move the trial date up to the week of January 2nd. With that in mind, yeah. The problems there are that that's going to move. We'll put down for pretrial and plea deadlines November 3rd. Do both pretrial and the plea deadline will be on that date, because I don't have any dates in December at this time. And then we can leave the review date, which is October 20th, in place. Isn't that the review date? Yeah. So we will move. We're going to shift those dates that we had set up. I think the reason that we had it scheduled the way we did is because I don't have any dates to do the preliminaries in December, Mr. Carter.
Understand.
And very few dates in November as well. So we're going to put the pretrial and the plea deadline. Everybody take note of that on the November 3rd date. So if there's any pretrial motions, that's when they'll be heard, and that'll also be the deadline for accepting any plea agreements. So, and then we'll have a status of the case hearing on October 20th as previously scheduled.
And Judge, I will give the defense notice that part of our charges here are domestic batteries. He has 2 prior domestic battery convictions out of the state of Texas. We are attempting to get the records on those, and we are going to try to use them under Rule 404.
Okay. Thank you for notice.
All right. All right. Mr. Chapman, your next appearance in court will be scheduled October 20th. I'm going to direct that I anticipate at this point that Mr. Chapman is in custody. Mr. Friend, you need to get out and see him as soon as possible.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you. You may be excused.
Thank you.
Even the best of us make mistakes, so when trouble finds you, trust Campbell Bonding Company to help you through what can be a confusing and sometimes frightening experience. Jim, Robert, and Cole Campbell work as a family to offer your family understanding and compassion during a very difficult time. Campbell Bonding Company can help get your family back together quickly and confidentially. And in every step of the process, they're there for you. In times of trouble, let their family help your family. Campbell Bonding Company, 870-741-1138.
When you support a locally owned pharmacy, you're contributing to the growth of a community. The dollars you spend stay right here to support our local community. Health Mart pharmacies are locally owned pharmacies. There is one right here. Health Mart pharmacists have a crucial commitment to their community because just like you, they support their community. Health Mart pharmacies are locally owned and hometown proud. Harrison has a Health Mart now. Sam Alexander Pharmacy, on the square in downtown Harrison. Health Mart, caring for you and about you.
This is Josh from Harrison Battery and Tire. Lots of folks have been asking about roadside assistance, and now it's available. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, we can quickly and efficiently take care of your tires and battery issues with one phone call. Professional, secure, comforting to get you back on the road. No matter what time, no matter what type of vehicle you drive, call for details at 870-741-7041. Harrison Battery and Tire on the curve of Main Street in Harrison, harrisonbatteryandtire.com. Big enough to serve, small enough to care.
The time is right to enroll at North Ark this fall. For a limited time, you can attend college free if you are pursuing careers in registered nursing, surgical technology, networking, pre-engineering, IT, and more. Our future scholarships are now available to qualified applicants.
Enroll now. Classes start August 14th. For quality, value, and convenience, think North Ark first. We're your college.
(2017-154), State of Arkansas versus Chanel Smith.
Your Honor, I believe Ms. Smith is here for a reappearance. The prosecutor handed me a decent stack of discovery this morning.
Okay.
I've met with Ms. Smith at the jail. We would like to address bond, Your Honor, if we could.
Okay. This is down for, this was the status of the case hearing. Mr. Carter, are you anticipating any additional discovery that would come in?
Your Honor, the only thing I'm anticipating is a crime lab report.
We don't have the crime lab in at this point.
My notes do not reflect that we have the crime lab. I didn't review the discovery closely before I handed it to Mr. Gibson, but if it's not in my notes, then generally, no, we do not have it.
Okay. The next hearing after today is the pretrial hearing, which is scheduled for September 1st, and we have a trial date scheduled to begin the week of October 2nd. So this case is on a fairly short time frame at this point. Mr. Friend, the issue of bond.
I don't currently know what her bond is set at, Your Honor. Do you know that, Chris, or would we know that?
$25,000.
I've met with Ms. Smith. She says that she could not make that bond, Your Honor. I'll ask her. How long have you been in jail, Mrs. Smith, on this charge?
3 months. That was in Georgia.
Pardon?
I was incarcerated in Georgia.
She was picked up in Georgia on the warrant, I believe, Your Honor. That's where she's from. She said she was incarcerated down there until they transported her here.
Okay. How long have you been here?
2 months.
Huh?
2 months.
2 months.
Her mother is in attendance this morning, Your Honor, in the front row. The main issue, I believe, with bond, if the bond was lowered or if she could make it, was that her mother, I believe, is requesting for her to go back to her home in Atlanta, Georgia. I've spoken with her probation officer, Ms. Smith. She's on probation through the Boone County office. I've got a letter from her probation officer. I let Mr. Carter review that. I don't know if the court would want to review that or not. I've talked to her mother about ankle monitors. They would be willing to do that. And if the court would like to speak with her mother, she is in the front row, Your Honor.
Judge, before we talk to anybody, my biggest concern is when this lady was on video last time, she indicated that her mother's her alibi witness. She was in Springfield, Missouri. At that point, I did not have the discs in this case. I got a hold of law enforcement, got the discs, gave them to Mr. Friend. If anybody's going to say anything or vouch, I want them on the stand. Because I think this lady just flat out lied to the court. And so I resist any reduction of bond, although this court held an 8.1 hearing, and Judge, this is probably in the file. The court may have already lowered her bond.
would be indicated. The bond, I don't know where the $25,000 figure came from. What's written on that 8.1 is $2,500.
I haven't seen that, Your Honor.
It should be page 2 of the discovery that I gave you.
Is that what's shown at the jail, is the $25,000?
Judge, the $25,000 was on the original warrant, and
Is that because we knew she was in Georgia? I may not have known that at the 8.1 hearing, which would have been a significant fact.
when we filed the charges originally in September of 2016, you set the bond at $25,000.
Right. But I may not have known that her bond was $2,500. I mean, when I set it at $2,500 in April of this year, I may not have known that she had been recovered from Georgia. That information may not have been available to me.
I understand.
That would have been crucial information.
The only thing that I would note further, I believe, from my notes, shows that she doesn't have a felony history, Your Honor.
Okay. But she is on probation?
To the Boone.
Misdemeanor.
That's correct.
Oh, sorry. Does she have a local address?
Do you have a local address, Ms. Smith?
Judge, I feel a little uncomfortable on a $2,500 bond for a Georgia resident.
And like I said, Your Honor, we would accept ankle
Well,
monitor.
the court would be comfortable with a $2,500 bond conditioned upon her residing in Boone County and wearing an ankle monitor. The court would be comfortable with that, with a bond that low, if those were the circumstances, so we have some control over it. If she's going to be going back to Georgia, the court feels that the court would set bond at $15,000 if she's going to be free to return to Georgia. Just simply, I don't know that I feel she'll come back. So. I'll reduce the bond that far. Right now, I'm reducing it to, I'm resetting it at $15,000 with just the standard restrictions on it of not using drugs or alcohol, etc., but and not committing crimes. But if she can agree to remain in Boone County, Arkansas, I would go to the $2,500 bond and ask that she wear an ankle monitor.
I understand, Your Honor. I don't think she can make that bond. I don't know if it has any bearing for her mother to speak with the court or not, Your Honor. I told her to be here. She drove up here from Georgia, I believe, to be here. If it has any bearing on it, she would like to speak. If not, I understand the court's ruling.
I mean, I'll be glad to hear the woman speak. Mr. Carter has asked that it be under oath. That's if she's a potential witness in the case. I understand Mr. Carter's concern. So that's up to you if you want to put on that testimony.
She would like to speak, Your Honor.
All right. All right. Dave, if you'll come forward, ma'am. You'll need to be sworn in by the clerk here.
Raise your right hand, please. You solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you should give in the case now pending before this court will be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Should we seated with you, please?
Right over here on this chair. Mr. Friend, you may proceed.
State your name for the record, please.
Conception Nancy Oaks.
And what is your relationship to Chanel Smith?
She's my daughter.
Okay. You've heard the court state that they would lower the bond to $15,000 if she went back to Georgia. Is that correct?
Yes.
Is there any way your daughter can make that bond, ma'am?
No.
Is there any way that you could assure the court that if she went to Georgia on a lower bond, that you could make sure she made all her court appearances, make sure that if there was any curfew, that she would abide by that?
I could, because I was the one that turned her in.
You turned her in on these charges?
Yes, I did.
And what are you asking the court to do today, ma'am?
To let me be able to take her home and get her the help that she needs. If she stays here, she has nobody. We're originally from California.
So no
She has nobody here that is willing to help her, take care of her.
relatives close?
No, sir.
No job around here or anything?
No, sir.
Is that the only option that you're aware of, is her to go back home with you?
Yes, sir.
Is there anything else you'd like the court to know, ma'am?
Chanel's a good person. She's just easily influenced by people. She has a mental disorder. She was in counseling here. Her counselor's willing to come and testify to that as well, or turn in her medical records, whatever you guys may need.
Is she on any medication for those?
She was.
Is she taking it now, or are you?
No, she is not, because she hasn't had insurance.
Okay. Do you know what kind of bond that you or your daughter could make, ma'am?
Honestly, I can't make more than $100.
Okay.
I'm a single parent. I support myself.
I don't believe I have any further questions for her, Your Honor, if the prosecutor would like to inquire.
Ma'am, if you're from California and living in Georgia, why was she up here at
Because I
all?
lived here for 9 years.
Okay. 501-737-0717, is that a number we'd reach your daughter at if she was needed for court?
No,
Why is that number not good anymore?
I don't even know that number.
Okay. What number could she be reached at?
470-728-4196. And that's my cell phone.
Okay. She does not have a cell phone at this time?
No, she does not.
That's all the questions I have.
I don't have any further questions, Your Honor.
All right. You may step down. Thank you. Well, the issue of bond is one of whether the court feels that feels secure that she will show up and reappear. At this point, the court is simply going to what the court is going to do is set the bond after consideration of all the issues. The court does not feel as though she's going to we have a secure situation. I'm setting the bond at $15,000, an amount that the court feels will secure her attendance in court. I renew my statement earlier that if I knew that she was going to be living here locally, we'd do a much lower bond amount with an ankle monitor, where that she could be monitored. But the mother has indicated that it may be in her interest to, in the young lady's best interest, to be with her mother, and I don't doubt that her mother can look after concerns. But at this point, living in Atlanta, I don't feel secure with as low a bond as has been suggested. I mean, I don't know. I can set the bond low enough to get her out, for the mother to be able to get her out. So I'm going to leave it at $15,000, the amount I've lowered it to. That will be the bond in this matter, and that's my decision on bond.
Thank you for your consideration, Judge.
You may be excused.
This is Josh from Harrison Battery and Tire. Lots of folks have been asking about roadside assistance, and now it's available. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, we can quickly and efficiently take care of your tires and battery issues with one phone call. Professional, secure, comforting to get you back on the road. No matter what time, no matter what type of vehicle you drive, call for details at 870-741-7041. Harrison Battery and Tire on the curve of Main Street in Harrison, harrisonbatteryandtire.com. Big enough to serve, small enough to care.
Hello, this is Michelle from Nature's Wonders. Are you trying to get out and take in these beautiful days, but find that you end up sneezing, itching, and getting all sorts of bites or rashes? Don't let outdoor allergies, bugs, or poisonous plants keep you from enjoying all that the Ozarks has to offer this season. Stop in at Nature's Wonders and let us show you the products we carry that can help with the challenging parts of nature so that you can enjoy all the wonders. Find us on Highway 65 just down from Thompson's Ace Hardware. Nature's Wonders, the natural living store.
ER 2015-220, State of Arkansas versus Eddie Allen Taylor. We have it down for a review hearing today on attorney status.
Your Honor, my secretary has looked at me and basically indicated that we don't have an application on this gentleman.
On June 23rd, the defendant appeared and stated he had applied to for the service of the Public Defender's Office. And I have a note the revocation hearing was scheduled for today. Is this a revocation matter?
No, Your Honor. He's the one who withdrew his plea of guilty and fired his attorney and then disappeared.
Okay. When is this case? We need to set this matter for trial. It was originally set in March of this year. I'm saying it for the wake of, I thought I'd already done this, but I'm saying it for the wake of July 24th. What's our next trial period after that week? August 7th?
Yes, sir.
I'm pretty sure we've got both of those trial periods pretty full.
Yes, sir.
But it's kind of hard on the fly here to determine where we are on speedy trial. Does the prosecutor's office have any idea?
Judge, I'll be honest with the court, I have not calculated it because there's time left out on his fugitive period. He had pled guilty, and then we delayed sentencing, and then he withdrew his plea. So all that time is excluded. But I've not calculated it, but we have to be bumping up on it. I know that there were a number of continuances filed when Mr. Russo was representing him.
Well, till I know for certain, I'm giving him the next available trial date, which is the wake of July 24th. Short notice, counsel, but see what you can do with that.
Yes, sir, I will. If we can find his application, I get him to fill a new one out.
Okay.
And Judge, we
don't have a current application?
No, sir, we do not.
I was there yesterday, and there wasn't one.
Okay.
Judge, I'm going to give Mr. Friend, Mr. Taylor's amended information where we allege that he failed to appear when ordered by the court.
This is an application for...
No. Judge, we amended the information to add a failure to appear for him when the court issued a failure to appear when he wasn't here, I believe, back in March.
Okay. All right. Mr. Friend, I'll ask you to make sure you get out and see Mr. Taylor, and let's get up to speed on this and where we are. If the motions need to be filed, let's get them filed. He'll be scheduled for reappearance on July 14th.
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Taylor, you'll be back in court a week from today. Currently, your trial is scheduled for the week of July 24th. You may be excused at this time.
At North Arkansas College, you know what I'm doing? I'm working with robots, 3D printers, CNC machines, fixing stuff you wouldn't believe. When I graduate, I've got employers waiting for me. Here's the list. No joke. Upwards of $70,000 a year out of the gate. Not bad for 2 years. And at only around $4,000 a year, you do the math.
Offering an Associates of Applied Science in Industrial Electronics and certificates in Manufacturing Technology and Industrial Electronics.
Who would have thought? I get to build a future. Mine.
Ah, sweet Louise, do you dream of Hercules? He'll be the best dressed boy in town. Well, you sure are something, the best there ever was.
The new Sport Heritage line.
Well, it won't mean nothing unless I try my luck and bring her out to you, Louise.
Only from Yamaha.
Hello, this is Michelle from Nature's Wonders. Are you trying to get out and take in these beautiful days, but find that you end up sneezing, itching, and getting all sorts of bites or rashes? Don't let outdoor allergies, bugs, or poisonous plants keep you from enjoying all that the Ozarks has to offer this season. Stop in at Nature's Wonders and let us show you the products we carry that can help with the challenging parts of nature so that you can enjoy all the wonders. Find us on Highway 65 just down from Thompson's Ace Hardware. Nature's Wonders, the natural living store.
2016-300, Elijah Scott.
Judge, Mr. Hancock was in here. Mr. Hancock also represents Mr. Scott on his underlying case.
His underlying, he represents him on both?
No, he actually only represents him on the underlying case.
They may have transferred that case to me recently, Chris.
We had him transferred so that he would have all of
Again, we have it down for revocation hearing today. There's a whole bunch of these.
That would be him.
If I may approach
Mr. Hancock's right here.
You represent the underlying charge. No, I mean, I think you transferred them to me is what I was saying. Did you want something, Mr. Hancock, Chris, or?
Well, with regard to Elijah Scott, my records reflect that Dan represented him, but y'all have switched it internally.
Well, I mean, Dan was 1723 or 1623 was Newton County.
Right.
They moved it last Friday to Division 4.
Okay.
So that it would remain with his other case, 17-24. So Jeremy would be on both cases.
So,
Thank you, Dan, I appreciate it.
But on this case, he refused to fill out an application.
so he doesn't have an application on 2016-300?
No, he refused.
If I may approach, Your Honor, really quick.
Well, of course, looking back on the record, we had a note on June 23rd. The defendant appeared before this court on this revocation case. He entered a plea of not true, was ordered the defendant to either hire counsel or apply for services of the public defender. The revocation hearing was then scheduled for today's date. Now, my understanding from talking to the public defender's office is he has refused to sign an application and apply to the public defender's office. Mr. Scott, why would you not apply to the public defender's office?
I did, Your Honor. And I sent it in.
Pardon?
They gave me 2 more, so I need to fill out 3 to be safe. And I didn't believe it because I already took them out there. I already have them filled out for actually, this is a Newton County matter, which was dealt with in this county on the last case. They replied for 7. And I think they said it was for revocation, which I'm not 100% sure what. I said I'm 8.1, but I don't think that matters right now. What matters is, I know I sent one in, and I know that.
Well, apparently you have applied to the public defender's offices in the Newton County cases. You have not applied to the when asked to apply. Is it turned on? When asked to apply, it has on this one in Boone County, which is a revocation of a previous conviction, you refuse to sign the document. Now,
Sir, on the 30th, 23rd, 23rd or 30th, I believe it was 30th, I had court right here, and they replied it. They said it was a new kind of thing. I don't know what exactly is going on there, sir, or nothing like that, like exactly. But I know I put in and I got a letter back in the room saying I got a friend in for this case right here. Also, the revocation, I've been incarcerated for 61 days, Your Honor, and I believe they only have 60 days. Well, I think they have 60 days to revoke somebody. So I was hoping that I've really been incarcerated so long I haven't even seen my probation officer yet, Your Honor, and had a meeting with him. So, see what I'm saying? Like, it's been a while. I was hoping they would just reinstate it if I plead no contest, give me time served.
well,
What's that date?
sir, I don't enter into the plea bargain. That's what you're trying to do now is plea bargain in a sentence. I don't enter into that. That's something you do through your attorney with the attorney for the state. The court doesn't get involved in that. When an agreement is reached, that agreement is presented to the court, and I either accept it or I don't. But we're not at that stage at this point. So what's important at this point is on this case, and you have the file there? Let me see if it shows anything different than what's up here. But I don't see any record that you have filed for appointment of counsel in this case.
With me, all my personal stuff back inside, my after briefing, they replied for the day, and he was supposed to show up for court on the 30th. I never met friends. I didn't speak to him.
I know, and he's filed a motion on your behalf to continue this hearing so that he can have an opportunity to talk to you. So,
this is a continuance, sir, Your Honor.
Huh?
This is a continuance. I've had 3 or 4 8.1s and 3.
Well, if you have 3 separate cases, you should have 3 separate 8.1s. Because probably each time you've been incarcerated. But, so there's nothing unusual about that. Mr. Friend is trying to get up to speed on this case, but it turns out that you haven't applied to him.
Your Honor, I have the paper in the room. Honestly,
Here's what, Mr. Scott, what I'm going to do is I'm going to advise you to fill out an application for the Public Defender's Office and sign it on this case. I'm going to ask Mr. Friend to make an effort to get with you. Do we need to bring him over?
Your Honor, yes, I have the paper in mind.
If you want to bring him over, you can. I'm going to move for a continuance anyways, Your Honor, based on the fact that I don't know what's going on in his case and some other issues that maybe pop up. I can meet with him if you want to bring him over, Your Honor.
The other 2 cases, it's my recollection, are Newton County cases.
There's at least one Newton County I know of.
There's one matter that's in Newton County.
Okay, do we know a case number on that?
20.
23 and 24? Okay.
Yes, 17, 23, and 17, 24.
Okay. We don't have those files up here from Newton County? All right, well, court's going to find that it's probably not going to do any good to straighten this out, to get anything done, except, Mr. Scott, I'm directing you to, if you want to be represented on case 2016-300, make an application for the Public Defender's Office and sign it. It's that simple. That's all you have to do. Mr. Friend is here in the courtroom right now. This is Mr. Friend that I'm pointing to. He's in the courtroom. He's aware of all this discussion. He has been appointed to represent you on your Newton County cases, and he will be coming out to see you and to communicate with you to move forward on this case. Pardon?
Your Honor, is there any way coming dates or, I know, I put the paper out, I know there's a lot going on with this, sir, Your Honor, but I'm ready to, I don't know, I don't know really what to say. I'm sort of dumbfounded by my own mishaps and what to say right now, but.
By refusing, what's happened is by refusing to sign that application, you have made it so he can't represent you today. You need to sign that so he can be appointed, and then he can come talk to you about it. So it can't be done today. That's the problem. You refused to sign the application.
He said he would talk to me if I come down there, and it was supposed to be on the 30th. And that's when you, sir, continued my case today.
No, I continued your case on the 23rd. I have notes in the record. It was on June 23rd that I moved it over. Pardon?
I have
well,
Judge, he was in front of
get your papers, and show them to Mr. Friend when he comes sees you. Then that matter can be established. All right? All right.
Judge, my one concern is that today is contrary to what Mr. Scott said on this revocation. He was arrested on May 11th, so today is day 57, and there have been no excluded periods.
Well, I'm going to reflect this continuance as an excluded period on the 60-day requirement in order to allow, it's his fault that he doesn't have counsel and we can't proceed today. So I'm excluding this period from that 60-day requirement. And then we're going to be back here a week from today on the 14th, and I want this case ready to be either resolved or to any motions filed. I mean, we need to be moving forward on this case. It seems to me it's just kind of spun here for too long. So the period of delay between now and the 14th is excluded from counting on the 60-day requirement. I'm going to show it by his actions. He's waived the 60-day requirement simply because. Pardon? All right. I'm directing he be brought over this afternoon. We're going to see what we can get done on it today. I didn't realize we were bumping up against that, but all right. So you get to come over this afternoon if that's what you want. But you're going to have to fill out and sign an application, sir, because he can't represent you unless you do that. That's the hang-up today. All right? You may be excused.
In Court on TKO8 Television is brought to you in part by Campbell Bonding Company. Even the best of us make mistakes, so when trouble finds you, trust Campbell Bonding Company to help you through what can be a confusing and sometimes frightening experience. Jim, Robert, and Cole Campbell work as a family to offer your family understanding and compassion during a very difficult time. Campbell Bonding Company can help get your family back together quickly and confidentially. And in every step of the process, they're there for you. In times of trouble, let their family help your family. Campbell Bonding Company, 870-741-1138.